If you've got old lists of prospects that maybe you built before, or you've got a list of old customers and you want to check whether they're still in the same role, then this Clay tutorial and shared template is going to help you. So earlier on this week, a client of mine sent me some data that they had built from a different provider about a year ago. The contacts are the right people, but he wasn't sure if they're still in the same company. So I used Clay to basically verify whether that person is still in that role. And then also if they're not in that role, so their job has changed, then go and find which companies they're working at, what their new job title is, and then find a new email address for them. So this was a lot of data that they had before. So I'm just going to paste it into the Clay table here. Now, worth noting that I had to create a formula to put the first and last name together because that is needed for some of the enrichments. I'm just going to paste the data in here, which is going to kick off some of the automations. So that's going to go in the background now. So what you can see, first of all, is here's the original data. So it's all to the left-hand side. And then we're asking Clayagent to verify whether these people are still in the same role. And it's giving a verification status of changed or okay. That's something that I set. So for those that are changed, that's when the rest of the automations happen, because I don't want to enrich data if that person is still in the same role that we have in our existing data. So if I just have a quick look at this, the job title is Vice President of Product Marketing at Op Labs, so not Nidus, which is where they were previously. So it's then gone and added in the new job title, so their new job title is here, the name of the new company, and then we've used the enrich person with LinkedIn to find the new company domain. I think there's probably an easier or more efficient way to do this, but this is how I just quickly put it together for my client. So then what happens is we use the waterfall technique to find the new email address of this individual. In this case, we couldn't find one, but for Forrest, we did. So previously, this person was at Maxion Solar Technologies, which doesn't match their details now because they are now a vice president of corporate marketing and communications at Commerce Hub. Sorry, they were previously at Commerce Hub. Now they're at Maxion. So we've gone and put that domain in, and now we found the new email address. It came and found it in the first one with Prospero, and we've got the validated work emails here. So let's just go down to those ones that I ran earlier. Now these verifications take a little bit of time, but what we can see here is of those that I pasted in, we can see if they've changed or okay. Now for those that are okay, that means that they're still the same, the person is in the same role at the same company. So we can filter this list and add them to the sequence already because we know they're still there. And then for the other ones, we have to find their new email addresses and take any email addresses that we have verified and then also add them to the same sequence because we're using the same copy and the same messaging. So this is really useful if you have stale data, maybe even data in your CRM, or you want to pull up a list of previous clients or customers that you've worked with or that were a user of your product and then run them through this enrichment to find out if they've moved to a new company. If they've moved to a new company and they were a past client, then you can reach out to them to see if there's any interest or value with your solution that they've used to use in the new business and company they've used for. There's tools that you can pay for this, like user gems, but this you can do pretty much for almost free. I'm only using a couple of credits on the enrich the person via LinkedIn, but adding in the conditional formatting means that I'm only doing this for when people have changed their role, and I'm using my own OpenAI API thing to reduce the cost of using credits in Clay. So hopefully that's helpful.